Hello, Alan Faulkner here. This Azure Everyday video, we will talk about an introduction to Azure Functions. Azure Functions is a solution for easily running small pieces of code or functions in the cloud. You can write just the code you need for the problem at hand without worrying about a whole application or the infrastructure to run it. Functions can make development even more productive, and you can use your development language of choice such as C#, F#, Node.js, Java, or PHP. You pay only for the time your code runs and trust Azure to scale as needed. Azure Functions lets you develop serverless applications on Microsoft Azure. Here are some key features of functions. First, you get the choice of language. You can write functions using your choice of C#, F#, or other languages. You pay per use pricing model. You pay only for the time spent running your code. You can bring your own dependencies. Functions support NuGet and NPM, as you can use your favorite libraries. Integrated security. You can protect HTTP triggered functions with OAuth providers such as Azure Active Directory, Facebook, Google, Twitter, and a Microsoft account. Simplified integration usually leverages Azure services and software as a service offerings. With flexible development, you can code your functions right in the portal or set up continuous integration and deploy your code through GitHub, Azure DevOps services, and other supported development tools. The functions runtime is open source and available on GitHub. Functions are a great solution for processing data, integrating systems, working with Internet of Things, and building simple APIs and microservices. Consider functions for tasks like image or order processing, file maintenance, or for any task that you want to run on a schedule. Functions provide templates to get you started with key scenarios, including the following. With an HTTP trigger, you can trigger the execution of your code by using HTTP requests. With a timer trigger, you can execute cleanup or other batch tasks on a predefined schedule. A Cosmos DB trigger allows the process of Azure Cosmos DB documents when they are added or updated in collections in a NoSQL database. A blob trigger allows the processing of Azure storage blobs when they are added to containers. You might use this function for image resizing. And a queue trigger, you can respond to messages as they arrive in an Azure storage queue. Continuing with what Azure Functions can do, an event grid trigger, you can respond to events delivered to a subscription in Azure Event Grid. It supports a subscription-based model for receiving events, which includes filtering. Good solution for building event-based architectures. Event Hub triggers allow you to respond to events delivered to an Azure Event Hub, particularly useful in application instrumentation, user experience, or workflow processing, and Internet of Things scenarios. A service bus queue trigger, you can connect your code to other Azure services or on-premises services by listening to message queues. A service bus topic trigger allows you to connect your code to other Azure services or on-premises services by subscribing to topics. Azure Functions support triggers, which are ways to start execution of your code, and bindings, which are ways to simplify coding for input and output data. Azure Function has two pricing plans. A consumption plan is when your function runs, Azure provides all the necessary computational resources. You don't have to worry about resource management, and you only pay for the time that your code runs. The app service plan, you run your functions just like your web application. When you're already using the app service for your other applications, you can run your functions on the same plan at no additional cost. Thank you for listening to this Azure Everyday video. Have a great day.